Namaskar and welcome again to Planet to Soul Astrology. So, hope you all are safe and healthy. And today we will talk about Mangalik Dosh in a chart or Mangal Kundali. There are difference of opinion regarding Mangalik Dosh in one's chart. Some people, even though this Mangal, which is posited in your first house of chart, fourth house, seventh house, eighth house, and 12th house of chart, and also second house of chart. That time it is said that these people get late marriages or there is a lack of marital bliss. See why it is said so? Because if with a logical point, if you will try to understand astrology, it is nothing like Mangalik dosha or something. Basically you have to understand the nature of that particular planet. Now we all know that Mangal or Mars is very aggressive and hot planet. Okay, Mars is something like a soldier, and when Mars is posited in your particular house, specifically if it is posited in fourth house of your chart, then it is giving its fourth aspect on your seventh house. Okay, seventh house is of your spouse, seventh house is of unity, seventh house is of public. Okay, so all the relative qualities and signification of our seventh house gets disturbed because of this aspect of Mars. Because whenever any benefic planet is aspecting any houses as well as malefic planet, so they are bound to give some or other less fruit as per their own nature and characteristic. Like if Jupiter is aspecting any house or any planets or any sign, even though if planet is not positive, still it will be good fruits because Jupiter is a benefic planet. Same way, if Mars is aspecting or Saturn is aspecting, then again we can say that Mars will definitely not lose its characteristic, nor Mars is going to forget that he is a soldier planet. So definitely wherever that aspect goes, like policeman is going on a road and he is having watch on each and every one, if he is given particular task or particular work, then definitely nothing is escaped from Mars vision. Same way, whenever Mars is posited in your fourth house of chart, that time it is aspecting your seventh house. That is why these people like they are very keen to get the spouse, and but at the same time they have lot many expectations from their spouse, that and at the end they end up with, okay, then now I will make some compromises, no matter it is male or female chart. Here we are not talking about that particularly in any chart. Then we have to see that in male's chart we have to see Venus position, in female's chart we have to see Mars position. That is for marriage fixing, or that is for seeing the marriage in a chart. But particularly about Mars, then now Mars fourth aspect is on seventh house, as we said. When Mars is in the first house of chart, then also we say that it is some type of Mangal dosha, because Mars is directly having seventh aspect on seventh house of chart. Now let me tell you all that whenever there is a fourth aspect, fourth house of our chart is Sukhasthana, right? It is comfort zone of our own life, where we spend lot of time, we care to our people, we prepare food, we sleep there, and we spend lot many quality time in our house. So whenever Mars is getting having fourth aspect on seventh house, so definitely the Sukhasthana being seventh house gets disturbed. Second thing, when seventh aspect of Mars is on seventh house, that time also it is a opposite 180-degree pratiyuti or pratiyog, sorry, we can call it as a pratiyog. So that time also there creates a sangarsha means to struggle or to run after to get particular thing, no matter it is a blissful moment in your marriage or it is getting a particular and desirable alliance or prospectus in your life, and also to get the particular stage or reputation in society also, because seventh house is of public house. When we are talking about 8th house of chart, friends, so that time what is happening, that again the 7th aspect of this Mars from 8th house is going in 2nd house of chart. 2nd house of any chart, we can say that it is a Kutumbha sthana. Definitely, it is a Vachasthana, it is a speech house. So, definitely, that speech of your particular spouse or the speech or communication with your spouse may get, it will get extended, ending up in a quarrels or something. And again, 8th aspect of this Mars goes in 3rd house of chart. 3rd house is no doubt your courage house, but it is also fortune house of your 7th house. Okay, as per Bhavat Bhavam, if you will see, so 9th house of your 7th house, that is fortune house, if Mars is aspecting that, you will definitely get good property or property related things, definitely that all, or courage will be very fantastic for you. But because that Mars is aspecting the 3rd house, so late marriage like situation or not getting proper alliance definitely get affected. And again, this is aspecting your 2nd house. So 2nd house is 8th to 7th house as per Bhavat Bhavam. So 8th to any house, we see that it is a end of anything. 8th house is good sthana. 8th house is, we can say as it is a Randra Bhav. So any planet from its 8th house, definitely we have to see that particular signification of that house. So when Mars is aspecting 2nd house, which is happening to be 8th house of 7th house, so definitely here again Mangal Dosha is created, and late marriage like situation, or whoever are married, definitely they are finding some difficulties in getting along with their spouse, and they are saying that we have difference of opinion, or my spouse is not not comfortable with my family members, or anything can happen. So this is about 7th house of chart. 8th house of chart, when Mars is posited in 7th house of your chart, okay, that is the 4th thing when we see it as a Mangal dosha. So definitely this Mars is aspecting your 10th house of chart with 4th aspect. This Mars is again aspecting your 1st house, that is Lagna house, that is ascendant itself. This Mars is aspecting, as well as whatever planets if posited in your 1st house, definitely it is getting aspect of Mars. And particularly when Mars itself is posited in our 7th house of a chart, that time what is happening, that this Mars is having very much of aggression and aggressive energy, hot energy, and definitely it will create like that this person is getting difficulties in marriage life, or getting late marriage, or it is also that whenever Mars goes in your 7th house, so 7th house is a house of unity, so there may be some physical issues between husband and wife, or maybe even though they are married, they are finding it difficult to get a progeny. Yes, that is also possible. And same Mars from 7th house is also aspecting your 2nd house with 8th aspect. So again here you yourself and your 2nd house is getting affected, and thirdly 4th aspect to your 10th house. That is very good, because your spouse will be working spouse or something, you can say that. Okay, that is a different chapter again. Now when this Mars is posited in your 12th house of chart, then also we say that this is a Mangal dosha, and if particularly this Mars is with Saturn or Rahu, then it is again some type of curse or past carried forward karmas. Always each and every planet of our chart do have past karmas. It is not like that Rahu has to be posited with that particular planet. No, whatever house you are getting in your for your planet, that particular house and that particular planet are holding your past life karma in that house. And then you have to see, this is a long theory, some other time definitely we will discuss about that. So coming back to Mars, when it is posited in your 12th house of chart, so definitely it is aspecting your 7th house by 8th aspect. It is having its 8th aspect on your 7th house and 7th aspect on your 6th house of chart. That means 6th house is 12th to your 7th house. Okay, so definitely shayan sukh, or we can say that pleasures are here decreasing or lacking. Person is complaining that no, I'm not getting along with the mental and physical process with my spouse. See, these all things are so very important, because when we have a partner in our life, it is not that once person is married everything is over. No, after that actual life starts. After that you have to coordinate and cooperate with each other's energy, and then this Mars starts working. But people are getting too much afraid, or people are making others afraid that this is a Mangal dosha. When you know this logic of this Mars positive, then definitely you will not become very much furious, and you will not become very much afraid that no, my marriage will not happen. It is something like hindering or obstacle of that particular house is taking place. Now when this Mars dosha is not considered. See, now even though if you have Mangal dosha in all this, or you have Mars in all these houses, whenever it is in second house also. So again you can say that seventh aspect of this second house posited Mars is on your eighth house. Eighth house is again the uh, uh, this is the uh, family of your spouse. This is also the vakasthan of your spouse's family. You know how they will talk to you, or they will be very aggressive or hot temper by nature. No doubt this Mars itself is giving you hot temperness. So now when this Mars is decreasing its effect, when Jupiter is posited along with this Mars, then definitely you should not consider this Mars as a very heavy obstacle giving planet. No, not a single planet is giving you obstacle, because we all are born with certain karmas. All planets are pious. Every time I tell this, all planets, all graha are devatas. We are people who are creating nuisance and who are creating pap. From many births we are doing this, which has been carried forward in each and every life. We have not seen our past life, but yes, our planets have definitely seen, because they are there from undefined time, because we cannot say sky doesn't have any end, so as planets and nakshatras. So it is bound to believe that yes, every planet has certain past history of our. That is why we are getting particular position in particular house, and particular planet with particular nakshatra we are getting position. Then we have to see which pada this planet is posited. Then we have to see how this is related to our past life karma. Say for example, your fifth lord, even though it is a Mars, and if posited in your first house of chart, then definitely you can say that even though this is a Mangal dosha, but this is your past life connection, because that past life sanchit karma planet is posited in your first house of chart. So you are bound to repay, you are bound to reimburse all the things connected to your spouse, or connected to your relationship. Definitely that is getting aggravated, even though this Mars being your fifth house is, fifth lord is posited in ascendant. Same way you have to see all other planets also. So if this Mars is with Jupiter, or if this Mars is having aspect of very strong Jupiter, if this Mars is with Jupiter in your Navamsha chart also, if this Mars is posited in its exalted sign, or it is posited in own sign, then also this effect of the strong Mars is getting decreased. Then definitely the smoothness of life becomes very important, and it becomes really smoother life. See, this is our karma. We cannot blame any planet for this. We have to blame ourselves, our own karmas, our own life cycle, our own life pattern for this, and we have to improve it by performing good karmas, performing good deeds, and no doubt performing karmic and spiritual activities or pariharas, definitely. So when Mars is also posited in Ucha Rashi, like exalted sign of Jupiter, like if it is posited in Cancer sign, then also Mars becomes debilitated. So here also this Mars energy becomes very low. Here I am only particular talking in terms of marriage and fixing of marriage and marital bliss. Then when this Mars is also posited in sign of Jupiter, like Sagittarius sign or in Pisces, then also we can consider that no, this is not a strong Mangal dosha. Then definitely you should not get afraid, or you should not make others afraid that this is a strong Mangal dosha. But yes, if in Naumansha also and in D1 also, without this position, if Mars is there, then definitely you are bound to experience certain fruits. But whenever the transit Jupiter will come there over your Mars, or over the aspect of Mars, wherever Mars is aspecting, then definitely marriage is going to happen. So basically, if you do have marriage yogas in your chart, so even though you have Mangal dosha, then also marriage is going to happen. Now people ask that if I have Mars, or if I have Rahu, or if I have Saturn in all these houses like Mars, then definitely should I see the Mangalik Kundali only? So here why they are asking that you marry to Mangal person only? Because see, the both energies are matching with each other. That is why we do matchmaking. You know, if you are also having Mars in first house, seventh house, fourth house, and partner whom you are going to marry or matchmaking, that person is also having Mars in any of these houses, so definitely it is said that your energies are matching with each other. That is why they say that rather than going away from the situation, it is better to marry the same quality person. Then it is like, you know, minus minus plus, always it is like that. But before that you have to see this. I have seen so many charts, I have seen so many couples, one of them is having Mars in all this first, fourth, seventh, eighth, 12th and second house, and another spouse is not having Mars anywhere in the chart, nor having Rahu, nor having Saturn, but still they are living a very happy married life. So here all other factors also plays very very important role. So we have to be very alert and conscious about reading a chart whenever we are doing any matchmaking. There are rules of matchmaking. So maybe I will take one webinar on matchmaking also. If people are interested, I will definitely go for that. And whenever this Mars is posited with Saturn, you know, then also when you are arranging any marriage or seeing any prospectus for marriage, then definitely you can go ahead with fixing of this marriage. Definitely that can be done. So Jupiter, Venus, even though Venus and Jupiter are posited with this Mars, then also it is not Mangalic dosha. And basically try to understand the Mangal. It is saying that in your past life you have become so much of aggressive that this life, for marriage particularly I am talking, definitely you have to repay certain things to your seventh house, that is your spouse. And definitely whatever Mars, whatever nakshatra you are getting for your Mangal in your chart, Mars in your chart, definitely you have to do pariharas connected to that Mars. It is definitely seen that you are finding certain type of difficulties in fixing fixing of your marriage. So definitely it is very researchable thing. So friends, this was all about the truth of Mangal dosha or Mars in our chart. So next time definitely we will talk about some another topic. By that time, stay safe and stay tuned with Planet to Soul Astrology. Do subscribe my channel, and Sabka Mangal Ho. May all be blessed. Namaste.